Welcome to Just Gist TV. This story is not light, and it is not comfortable. It questions character, credibility, and consequence. Stay with us. A storm is brewing around Maurice Sam, and this time, it is not fueled by fan speculation or resurfaced videos. It is an accusation, direct, emotional, and explosive. According to a woman who claims to be Maurice Sam's ex, the actor is not who many believe him to be. Her words have sent shockwaves through social media, leaving fans torn between disbelief and concern. The allegation is harsh. She described Maurice Sam as two-faced, accusing him of charming women, gaining their trust, and then leaving them emotionally broken once he got what he wanted. The claim did not come wrapped in subtlety or coded language. It came boldly, with frustration, resentment, and a tone that suggests deep personal hurt. And now, fans are asking the question that matters most: could this put Maurice Sam's career in jeopardy, or is this a concocted story from a bitter old flame? The timing of this accusation has raised eyebrows. Maurice Sam has recently been at the center of intense public attention due to ongoing conversations involving Sonia Uche, Pearl Watts, resurfaced videos, and questions about his personal choices. Just as those discussions were beginning to cool, this allegation emerged, reigniting controversy in a much more serious direction. For many fans, this feels different. Unlike rumors based on speculation, this claim comes from someone who says she was personally involved with Maurice Sam. That alone has shifted the tone of the conversation. Online debates are no longer just about who he might end up with, they are about who he really is. According to the woman, Maurice Sam presents one version of himself publicly and another privately. She alleges that his charm is calculated, his affection strategic, and his exits emotionally damaging. She claims that once his interest fades, so does his empathy. These words have triggered intense reactions. Some fans are stunned. They argue that Maurice Sam has always appeared reserved, respectful, and focused on his work. To them, the accusation feels inconsistent with the image he has projected over the years. Others are not surprised. They argue that public personas rarely tell the full story. According to this group, charm and privacy can easily mask problematic behavior. They believe the entertainment industry has a history of protecting image over truth. Still, there is strong resistance to immediately accepting the claim. Many fans are urging caution, emphasizing that allegations without evidence should not be treated as fact. They warn against trial by social media, where accusations become convictions before responses are even given. The phrase, bitter old flame, has surfaced repeatedly in discussions. Supporters of Maurice Sam argue that past relationships often end painfully, and emotions can distort narratives. They question the motive behind the timing of the accusation. Why now? Why publicly? Why without corroboration? These questions have fueled skepticism. Critics of the accusation point out that no receipts, messages, or timelines have been presented. They argue that emotional language, while powerful, does not automatically equal truth. For them, the lack of concrete proof weakens the claim. However, supporters of the woman argue that emotional abuse rarely comes with neat documentation. They insist that the absence of receipts does not invalidate lived experiences. According to them, dismissing her words outright perpetuates a culture where women's pain is minimized. This divide has intensified. On one side are fans demanding accountability and transparency. On the other are fans defending due process and fairness. Both sides claim to be protecting truth, but they define truth differently. Maurice Sam's silence has become a focal point. He has not responded publicly to the allegation. No denial. No clarification. No acknowledgement. This silence has been interpreted in multiple ways. Some fans believe silence is strategic, advised by management and legal counsel. They argue that responding emotionally could escalate the situation unnecessarily. Others believe silence feels dismissive. They argue that if the allegation is false, a clear denial would protect both his reputation and the public from misinformation. To them, silence creates room for doubt. The question of career impact looms large. Maurice Sam's career has been built steadily, with roles that rely heavily on public trust and audience affection. Nollywood, like many industries, is sensitive to controversy, especially when it involves personal conduct. Fans are now wondering whether casting directors, producers, and brands will begin to reconsider their association with him if the allegation gains traction. Some believe the damage is already underway. They argue that once an accusation enters public discourse, perception changes permanently, regardless of outcome. Others believe the industry will wait for clarity before making decisions. There is also concern about precedent. Fans worry that if unverified claims can threaten careers, it opens the door to misuse. At the same time, they acknowledge that ignoring serious accusations also has consequences. This tension has made the conversation emotionally charged. Some fans are revisiting past interactions involving Maurice Sam, searching for patterns. Old interviews, body language, and previous relationships are being reanalyzed under a new lens. Supporters argue this is unfair hindsight bias. Critics argue it is necessary context. The woman's language has also been scrutinized. Some believe her words reflect genuine pain. Others feel they sound rehearsed or exaggerated. These interpretations often reveal more about the listener than the speaker. What complicates matters further is the lack of independent voices. No one else has publicly corroborated her claims. No additional accusers have come forward. No insiders have confirmed the narrative. This isolation has made it harder for fans to know how seriously to take the allegation. Still, the impact is undeniable. The conversation has shifted from romance and speculation to ethics and responsibility. Fans who once debated relationships are now debating character. Supporters of Maurice Sam are calling for restraint. They urge fans not to destroy a career based on a single claim. They emphasize the importance of separating allegations from facts and personal dislike from evidence. Supporters of the accuser are calling for empathy. They argue that demanding perfection in storytelling silences victims. They believe listening does not equal condemnation, it equals humanity. As this unfolds, Maurice Sam stands at a crossroads. How he responds, or chooses not to, will shape public perception moving forward. Silence may protect him legally, but it risks alienating fans emotionally. A response may clarify matters, but it could also escalate conflict. There is no easy path. For now, the truth remains contested. Is this a damaging revelation about a public figure's private behavior? Or is it a painful story amplified by emotion and timing? Is Maurice Sam's career truly at risk, or will this fade like many controversies before it? Fans are watching closely. What they are asking for is not drama, it is clarity. Whether that comes through evidence, dialogue, or time remains to be seen. As always, Just Gist TV will continue to observe responsibly, without rushing to judgment. Let us know what you think in the comments. Should allegations like this be addressed publicly, or handled privately? And how should fans balance empathy with fairness? Subscribe to Just Gist TV for in-depth stories that examine both sides.